and most confident especially is what you got to do before the set. And as we get into it, it's going to be Boku on Hero versus AndrewT on the Aegis. He's been running the Aegis all day. He's the type of guy that switches around characters a lot, very confident with a big arsenal, and an early snooze from Boku rewards him with, you know, something like a little 31% full charged F smash.
We'll be seeing 599 versus 599 go on.
Yeah.
And with that, both these characters are definitely, big threats in their own respective ways. And with Aegis being so much more consistent and with pressure. But you keep that in mind. I don't remember what that thing that Hero has, that red aura going on.
Yeah, the psych up is going to be real dangerous. It's going to break shields
just like
every single time. AndrewT walks up and shields that charged F smash. He's going to eat that up, and Boku's going to serve it to him.
2 shield breaks in 1 minute on a 1 stock. Amazing work from Boku. And AndrewT's got to figure out what to do next.
Oh, the parry, a little bit of luck coming through for AndrewT, or maybe not. He's probably ready for the timing, but Boku with a frightening setup in the down air just catches AndrewT getting aggressive off stage. I mentioned earlier, Hero and Boku are both able to kind of knock you off your rocker, make you a bit uncomfortable really early on in the set, and that's a great job doing that from Boku. AndrewT was looking to get comfortable as this bracket went on. Boku's not letting him do that.
Yeah, also a tale as old as time, switching to Pyra after you being in the lead.
Dude, barely holding on to
third
it.
stock. What has been happening?
Hey, this is a Hero game. Boku is cashing in on all of his good karma right now.
Oh, absolutely. We've just seen some of the craziest thing. AndrewT being able to barely dodge that sleep? Snooze. I don't remember the names, man.
Trying to put him to sleep, you know? Gets the job done. Speaking of verbiage right now, the forward air is going to send you off stage, but it's not going to take your stock. AndrewT is able to get back to the ledge.
There you go.
Wait a minute, up smash can't get the big enough scoop, but Boku right now smells blood in the water. He's walking him down and trying to clear up the stock as quickly as possible. A nice air dodge to avoid the up smash. Boku getting crafty a little bit.
Yeah, as we mentioned Snooze earlier, we see Snooze now with Aegis advantage state, being able to take out the first stock, and Hero looking at his board with his options, almost able to pull out Psych Up, but just not yet. We're going to be seeing Aegis still pulled with Andrew being able to hold on to this last stock at 114.
Yeah, Andrew Aegis is doing a pretty good job so far. Kind of regaining his composure towards the end of the game. You know, it could have been really rough if you let Hero fully take away that 3 stock. Ooh, neutral B not going to get it done. It threatens, but it does not. Wait a minute, doesn't capitalize as a bit of damage tacks on. AndrewT does just that. Wait a minute. Pyra Mythra doesn't have the best comeback potential, but all it takes at this point is a Mythra opening and then a big read on Pyra, but Boku's just going to run up and clean it up. Says none of that. Stifle whatever comeback you were trying to make.
Okay. AndrewT asking for the run back. I kind of forgot Hero how to kill. I forgot Hero how to kill throw.
Sure does.
Yeah, I would be terrified of a fair or a dash attack, but that will absolutely do it. Switching up the song too. Interesting choice. Probably we're going to be seeing the same characters go down again, but we're going to be seeing much different gameplay as we're understanding and unlocking bits and pieces of our opponents as we step further into this bracket, into this tournament to try to stay alive, try to keep the dream going to make it to top 32 for the loser side.
Yeah, and AndrewT kind of just getting hit by a few of the Hero knowledge checks, you know what I mean? Just like an early snooze to catch an approach, and then gets the buffed up F smash on shield. Those are just the types of things where when you're playing against Hero, you get hit by him once, you know, and then you get your shield broken early on like that, and you think, I see I should not get my shield broken next time, and then it's kind of an easier thing to adapt to. So I expect to see a much stronger second game from AndrewT, but the off-stage game has favored Boku time and time again.
Yeah, unfortunate miss of the tech there, but we got Aegis going on with the down air up smash, almost taking it. Aegis bread and butter, almost trying to go for it again, and another up air, almost taking it. AndrewT has figured out his composure and figured out his melody, and is now going with the rhythm of his beat.
He absolutely is. He's trying to stay on beat right now. He's a little off tempo as Boku's throwing him off here and there. But the approach there from Boku gets stuffed out, good down smash. And this is something AndrewT struggled with last game, is finding stocks at a reasonable percentage. The edge guard isn't going to get it done. Zoom just lifts Boku back to stage.
Yeah, if you're familiar with the Aegis matchup, you know those small periods, those small windows where you're able to punish Aegis, and every single time that Boku's been able to get one of those, it has been absolutely devastating damage, a devastating shield break, just devastating advantage overall. And we're going to be seeing this continually with that move. fifth. I don't know which one that was.
And yet again, we're seeing AndrewT get a little risky with the shield as Boku's dash attack almost takes it. I think Boku has an idea of when AndrewT wants to shield, especially when he's buffed up like that. And he tries to get that read on it, but so far AndrewT's going to live to fight another day. Very narrowly looking to clear out the stock though is Boku. It's just close calls left and right as the psyched up throw is going to get it done. A lot of work needs to be put in here from AndrewT to take this game.
Yeah, initially looked like it was going to be so much more close, but AndrewT with only going to be able to finally take the first stock while you're at the last stock. You are 2 minutes in. You do not have too much, and you are on the wall, and you need to figure out what to do.
A lot of damage as Boku is throwing out the high mana options. He tends to be pretty conservative with his mana, but right now we're seeing the kabooms come out at early percents. He's feeling pretty confident as AndrewT's been on the back foot. Boku's getting him off stage, just killing him early on. And what's big for me with AndrewT right now in this set is that he's not taking stocks with the consistent stuff. He's getting a wacky upbeat here and there. He's taking it with something that's not super consistent. He needs to find his consistency as somehow Boku has found more consistency with Hero than Aegis in this set so far.
Just one thing you see with Andrew is that he's just playing so aggressively. Boku just has so many of these opportunities where he sees, okay, you're coming here. I'm just going to wait. And now you've lost your stock for it because you went off stage and got spiked, because you landed on him with you got hit with an up smash at kill percent. You got to figure out when to hold back. And with a character like as aggressive as Aegis, it could be a little bit frustratingly difficult to figure out when is a time just to say no and not approach. I don't know if they went back to PS2, but
I do believe they did, as I mentioned it earlier, but AndrewT, a very experienced player, very knowledgeable. I don't expect him to go down without a fight here. I imagine he has some sort of adaptation in his bag. You see him kind of trying to center himself, find some level of calmness, closing his eyes, taking some deep breaths, getting the music going. So we'll see if he can make this game 3 any different than games 1 and 2.
Yeah, mainly looking at the board and that. Oops.
Boku immediately throwing out a kaboom and tacking on some damage. As, again, I mentioned it earlier, he's just confident right now. He feels good. He knows his stuff's going to hit. As AndrewT just hasn't quite found the right rhythm yet.
Yeah, AndrewT we've got to figure out how to be able to just get in more effectively, quicker, but without giving so much opportunities back to Boku. Hero is a bit of like a timed bomb. You got to do everything you can before that bomb goes off. It does not matter where you are. You will be hit within the explosion if you do not disarm it fast enough.
So we're seeing a bit of the advantage state that I would like to see from AndrewT early on in this game. He gets Boku in the corner, and a few Pyra aerials are going to connect in a row. We'll see if he can make this work and find some consistency in the way he racks up damage. Not quite. Boku's just going to surge forward to the forward air and take that air-to-air against Aegis. It's working very well. The side beat attack on even more damage. Psych up. We'll see if AndrewT is a little bit more careful with his shield this time. Boku needs a zoom. He couldn't find it. Whack. Clang comes out. He's just going to try to top deck something. Couldn't find it, but sizzle and take that stock right out of the corner.
All right, now we're back to even stocks. AndrewT, you've got to be feeling much happier than he's been in these last games. Being able to finally play a more proper Aegis, a more consistent Aegis, and we're going to be hitting zoom, recover somewhere, not getting the hit.
And you mentioned consistency. What we just saw there is what I expect to see a lot of from AndrewT. His one opening, you get 50%, and then you keep yourself in disadvantage, and AndrewT surges forward, gets a lot more damage. And ever since that first opening, it's been the Andrew show. This is what I expected to see a lot from him, and now we're finally getting flashes of what can make AndrewT so solid as a player.
Yeah, Aegis being just adapting much better to just Aegis as a character, how to feel very comfortable with her. And not going to be able to good recovery. And we got both Psych Up and
Accelerado.
I don't like these names, man. It's hard.
It is. It is. Hey, now the Solid is taking a stock off Boku right now. He's playing Compose, the up air, as AndrewT tries to prove me wrong. Boku rolls himself in and puts AndrewT up against the wall yet again. Whoa, he spot dodges the side B. Crazy timing there on the side of Boku. Ooh, back air gets it done, or forward air rather, as AndrewT is looking real strong in this game 3.
Flame slash into Kaboom. Going to be keeping AndrewT in an uncomfortable position, but good spot dodge to avoid that extra damage from the psych up or kill. But that forward air is going to be sending you off stage once again. It is difficult to recover, and it does not matter when there is a spike after your tag.
Ooh, the up B into the down air. That's actually a relatively consistent setup on Hero, believe it or not, as Boku's able to connect that pretty often, and a very solid example of it right there to kind of bring himself to even stock count in this game 3. That's just what he needed, but now he's kind of got to work on getting his mana back up. He does just that with a couple of nairs. He's back up to 50, and he's oomped up yet again.
There you go. Oh. Not going to be able, not enough damage to where he's going to put in a tech chase, but it's going to be happening. AndrewT getting sent in right straight into that.
Big risk on that too. Boku gambling like 80% of his mana to just throw a Kaboom into the corner, and it gets AndrewT off stage. So it did its job. It just did not finish it. Boku trying to find a landing, and the Pyra back air connects but doesn't kill. Zoom affords Boku another life.
Right, with given the second chance at life, what can you do with it? You're down on your mana. You may have Psych Up, but there's not much more you can do. That shield pressure is dangerous. And that up B. Oh, beautiful read, but it's not going to be able to break the shield just yet.
No, that's definitely not what he wanted. You see the strong reaction there from Boku. The misinput kamikaze comes through when he was already at a, large enough deficit. He could have taken that game and this set in 3-0 fashion right there, but, it happens sometimes. It
happens, That's okay. You got at most 2 more games to take a game, and AndrewT, well, you have 2 games and no opportunities to lose another game if you want to survive a little to day 2. I think top 32 is day 2. I think.
Correct. Yes.
Yeah. I think.
It is indeed. Yes. Today, after this, we have one more set of pools and then a crew battle, and then tomorrow we're going to see all of the top 32 action. AndrewT and Boku fighting for the right to play on Sunday.
Yeah, the crew battle is going to be exciting, but I'm very curious who's going to be able to move on, because I could definitely see both of these players winning this set. It takes a matter of just your knowledge of your character, of your opponent, of what your tools, and just what can you do to win.
You never know what's going to come out, what type of tricks Hero is going to have up their sleeves. Yeah. Wait a minute, ooh, he wanted the reset onto the platform after the footstool, but AndrewT just barely didn't find the spacing. He's still looking very strong here in this game 4, as he seems to have found the tempo. He's on the right beats more often than not in these 3rd and 4th games.
Once again, he has Psych Up, draining his mana hard, but Aegis being able to run over and shut it down, but almost losing your stock for it. Again, you need to be sure if it's a good opportunity to leave yourself open to get hit or to take a chance, because you just lost your stock for that, and now you're at 30.
You surely did, and now you're at 46. The damage moves up quickly. Already you're at 61 off stage. AndrewT looking for any way to get out of disadvantage. Boku's harassing him. He's finding connections every time he has the chance to. Accelerato double buffed up. He's sparkling colors. The Christmas tree is glowing for Boku as AndrewT just cuts through all of it, runs up smash, puts on a lot of damage, and puts Boku in a precarious spot.
Yeah, Mythra always having those struggling to kill options, with Mythra pulling out the Pyra now. There we go. Trying to be able to find that kill, but it's just not working out right now, and you are just losing yourself further and further in this match. It's just, you got to figure it out now.
And the F-tilt comes through from Boku as he allows himself time to psych up and put AndrewT in the corner here. The panic option's coming through. Wait a minute. This pressure on shield, terrifying. Both players not willing to pull the trigger. They know that any miscue could lose you the stock.
Yeah, it is. Either of these characters being near you is a terrifying thought. Aegis being super fast and being able to come over with Hero's enormous arsenal of options that come at a price of mana, but taking a stock finally, you even out the stocks, but you are also gonna die to effectively anything at this point. Do not get grabbed, do not get dash attack, don't get F-tilted.
I'm absolutely loving the game of chicken that these two are playing at burst range right now. They're running up to each other, they're shielding, they're not swinging, they're standing there, they're walking. It's just all of these little interactions that so far have favored Boku. He's just waiting for AndrewT to not commit. He's staying patient in his face, and he's not letting himself commit to something that AndrewT is trying to bait him to commit to.
Yeah, AndrewT just seems to be always running over, even when he has out his, it's not a board, it's a, what's that, I don't remember its name. We'll get back to that.
Right.
But
Oh, the down smash is going to take it off the top. Boku with a super strong set there. Looked to take it in 3, but recomposed himself after losing game 3 and takes it in 4.
yeah, a good play by both players. That should be the end of Pool A, besides for everything we got left on the side stream. Okay, going back out of replays.
Yeah, it is going to be the end of Pool A as it got wrapped up in an explosive performance here from Boku. AndrewT just could never find his feet, and he's going to stumble out of bracket in a 33rd place placement. You know, that's not what he wanted to see, and Boku is going to move forward with his head held high as he came in on rough footing, but he just looked really good all set. Very, very dominant performance.